All right, so now we're gonna work on a certain problem regarding the circle. So for example, we want to write out a circle form. There's certain thing that we need to know is that the when we have an example, it's just that x squared plus y squared equal to 1. So what's going on for this is gonna give us the circle with um the radius equal to 1. So this is what we um, pay attention to that. So the center would be from 0 and 0. Okay. So this is what we call a unit circle. And we're going to use this one a lot for a little chapter when we try to deal with trigonometry using sine cosine. So what's going on is that when you look at this one with the x squared plus y squared, then the center would be from 0 and 0. And the radius in this case, so this one and the radius are equal to 1. So that's pretty important that we realize that the unit circle, this is what we call a unit circle, generally equation. So for this part, we call it a unit circle. But most likely, the general circle that we might have has the form the general circle equations would be the following things. It has something to do with square plus something square equal to r squared. So this is the equation. So what's going on for that? We can clearly see that the square and y minus b squared equal to r squared. So this is what we have for the circle equations. So there will be a lot of the problem that regarding to the general circle equation. So for example, that we have here. So we look at example 1 that we can clearly see that we have x minus 3 plus y minus 1 and square equal to 9. And so let me put the square on top of it. So we can literally see that the center that we're going to have. Of course, that we have to take a negative of that part. So the center that we can clearly see, this is um, the center equal to 3 and 1. And the radius we're going to take, the radius for that will be equal to 3. So for that part, for that general equation, that we can literally see, this is what we have for the center. So the center that we have on this part would be A and B, and then the radius will be R. So radius is R. So this is pretty much the thing. So now let's try another example and see how it look different for that. So now we going to have that equation. So what we're going to be doing is that this is x squared and this is y squared. So we try to bring this to the form x minus something, x plus something squared plus y plus or minus something squared equal to r squared. So the strategy that we're going to learn is that we're going to use the completing square method that we learned from Math 80. So this is the technicality that is really important that we need to realize. So the questions will be very straightforward. What we have to do is that so first we need to know how to complete square method. So the strategy is that we're going to take the term that we go with the x, and then we divide it by 2. Okay, we divide it by 2. And so this is 2 over 2. So we're going to get this one is 1. And then you square them. You square 1. And we're going to get 1. Okay, so this is the number that we need to add after this for x. Okay, similarly that we do for y. So in this case that we have is -4. So we just take the coefficient of y and then we divide it by 2. We got -2. And after that, we're going to square -2. So remember, it's always have to be the positive. So that would be equal to 4. So after we do that, and then so the question turns out to be, we're going to be right here, the equations. So we're going to add x squared plus 2x. Okay, so we're going to add x, we just convert it plus 1, right? So the one's right here, square plus y minus 2 square equal to 11 plus 1 and plus 4. Okay, so and I'm going to put the square right there. Okay, so the thing that this part is going to be going here, let me just indicate that a lot better. So I don't want to get us confused in all of these arrow part. So so let me just redraw the picture and see how we going to proceed this. So this go there, and that's part also go to -2. And so it turns out the entire equations would be equal to x minus 1, sorry, x plus 1 square plus y minus 2 square. Equal to so 16. And apparently that the part that we have is x plus 1 square plus y minus 2 square equal to 16. I can clearly see that the center for this literally from -1 and +2, and then the radius equal to 4. So let me just do that. So the center that we can have is -1 and +2. And so and the radius is basically equal to 4. So let's try out another example and see how we going to deal with that. So let's take another example. 3, and so we can try x squared minus 6x plus y squared equal to 0, for example. So let me just put down a square on the top of it. So what we have will be, so there's nothing we can do for y, and for this part, and then we do the complete square as well. So we take -6 over 2, and then you put this is -3, and then you square them. So square, you get 9. Okay, so in other words, we're going to rewrite the equation with respect to the square of x and square of y equal to r squared. So what we need to write, so the entire equation will be x minus 3, right? And plus a square plus y squared equal to 0 plus 9, which is 9. So we can identify the equations of a circle. So in this case, that we can clearly see that the center is -3, 0, right? Y doesn't have anything with that, so it had to be 0. And so the radius equal to 3. Because we look for the perfect square for 9, it has to be 3. That's pretty much it. So we're gonna start trigonometry next part.